Label Radio.
So let's get back into the music. So, one of the greatest posse cuts ever, I think, is a symphony. The second one is the scenario.
Okay.
How did that come about?
Scenario, wow. I mean, well, you know, Q-Tip and Busta, they've been cool since forever.
Yeah.
I met Busta after the fact. You know what I mean? And we used to hang at each other's sessions just like if it was Latifah's or De La's. And it was a given that we were going to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't even planned. It was just, yo, come by the studio. We sitting there, they rolling blunts, whatever. Next thing you know, we all in the corner like Tip did a beat, throws it on, and we all writing. So it wasn't even nothing like, yo, we got to get in the studio and do this. We knew we was going to do it just because we hung with each other all the time anyway. It was like a few groups that hung out together a lot. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to call each other and say, yo, meet me here, meet me there. You knew they was going to be there. So it was us, it was Leaders, it was Brand Nubian, Third Base, Jungle, De La, Latifah, Naughty. Everybody was going to meet up at the Powerhouse in Manhattan. Or Daddy's house in Manhattan. You know, because that's where everybody went to party and do the thing.
So when you got to the scenario, after it was done, mastered or whatever, did you know that you had something special?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Especially when Busta laid his verse. And it's funny because it was so competitive, nobody wanted each other to hear what they was, you know, writing.
Yeah.
So he was like, nah.
So you guys are all in a room like this or whatever,
Yes.
and in a little corner writing y'all verse.
He was like, yo, what you got, Phife? Nah, get out of here. It was like, yo, I'm going to lay my shit. And I went in the booth first because back then, if you waited, DJs usually cut to the next song, and they wouldn't hear your verse. I'm like, I'm going first. So I didn't care who said what, who was flying and who on the record. I'm going first. So I went in there, laid mines. Then everybody started going in. And by the time Busta went in there, it was like, damn, P. I'm glad I went already. You know, I was crazy when he went in there. So we definitely knew it was going to be special, though.
Yeah, I mean...
Matter of fact, scenario changed like 4 or 5 different times. Yo, Drez from Black Sheep was on it. Posse from De La was on it. Chris Lighty had a verse.
Really?
Like, yes. Like Mad Cats was rhyming on that. Right?
Do you have those versions?
Posse probably got it. He got all that stuff from back in the day.
Wow.
All of it.
We need to talk to Praz and get that.
Posse, yep. All of it. But what we originally did ended up being what we came out with. You know what I'm saying? Because it changed after that, but we was like, nah, this is it. You know what I mean? And then, of course, we did the remix with Kid Hood. And the rest, as they say, is history. But we knew we was definitely on this one.
And then, like, your verse and Busta's verse by far are the standout. Of course, Busta's Row Row Like a Dungeon Dragon came out, and it pretty much put him in the light that he's into right now. And then your verse, when you did, you know, the Bo Knows or whatever, that people stay at to this day.
Oh, I didn't know that, really?
Yeah, people talk about, and Bo Knows is you know, like it was funny because at that time we were sneakerheads and all that, so you seen those Bo Knows commercials. So when you said that, it was like he's doing what if I was a rapper I would be doing, because I'm sitting there looking at this sports show or this commercial, and they're beating you in the head with this commercial the whole time, whatever. So it's like he knows everything, biking and cycling and everything.
Right, and you know what? I probably saw it across the screen when I was writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, or just freestyling or something. So it might have been in my head the whole time. So by the time we did scenario, it popped up again, and I just set it off with that.
Have you ever met Bo Jackson?
Nah.
Never?
No.
That's crazy.
No, but I definitely had the kicks.
Yeah, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's now we gonna segue into like you was always that dude that we looked at the video and was like, oh, he got the San Antonio Spurs hat on. Where he get that joint from? Now you can get all that stuff at any mall or whatever, but you have to go search for the exclusive sneakers or the track jackets or whatever. Where did that style come from for you?
I was always a Mitchell and Ness dude. You know what I'm saying? I always liked their stuff, and I was always into different sports logos or logos in general. You know what I mean? And it just, as long as it matched, and if I could find the kicks to match, it was all good. But that was just a New York state of mind, man. You know what I'm saying? We all did that. You know what I mean? So when it came to the hip hop community, I just took it to the next level. Like, I'll take it back even further. Benzino, and I know you know this, Benzino, but Benzino used to be in a group called the Almighty RSO.
It's funny because Benzino's on Love and Hip Hop,
right?
And I was telling him today about how he used to be that dude back in Boston.
Right. He was in a group called Almighty RSO. The RSO, for the longest, I didn't realize that it stood for Rock Shit On. You know what I'm saying? So, they used to rock. It's almost like Eazy-E and the rest of NWA used to rock Raider gear all the time. Mm-hmm. Benzino and his crew used to rock Boston Bruins gear, repping where they from.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, that's hot. But I was like, how could I flip that? Because everybody, whether you're from New York or not, you're rocking something Yankees. Mm-hmm. Yankee hat, whatever. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take it further. Michael Bivins was another person who used to do that. Rock a lot of Red Sox, Celtics gear, New Edition being from Boston as well. Spike Lee with the Jackie Robinson jersey and
Do the Right Thing. Yep.
But then in the She's Gotta Have It, he was rocking some Knicks.
Yep.
Some Jordans or whatever he was doing. So that was always, I got it from other people. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, yo, how could I really take this further? Because that's me all day. And now that I'm in this group, and I used to hate what we used to wear. You know what I'm saying?
The dashikis and the big, yeah.
So I was like, yo, how could I really extend this? I was like, I'm going to rock a little bit of everything. So the first, and my jerseys had to be authentic. Mm-hmm. If you was rocking a replica, you was playing yourself.
Oh, what the plastic ones?
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't cotton, it was plastic. Yeah.
I needed the stitching.
Yes.
So I caught on to Mitchell and Ness. I used to take the Amtrak from New York to Philly, go to Mitchell and Ness and just rack up. And then there was another spot right like when you walk up the stairs to Madison Square Garden, there's a shop like right there called Jerry Cosby. They moved now a couple of streets away, but it used to be right there where Madison Square Garden is. And I used to go in there and get all my jerseys. So the first jerseys I bought authentic was a Larry Johnson Hornets, a Patrick Ewing Knicks, and a couple others. Once I bought those two, then I really went ham with it. Reggie Miller Pacers, even though I didn't even care for Reggie Miller because, that was our rival.
He was serving y'all.
Being a Knicks fan, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, the jersey's hot, let me get that. And I'm looking at it, well, how much will these be worth when they go to the Hall of Fame, when they retire, stuff like that. So I was on it.
You still got those jerseys?
Yeah, in Atlanta, some at my dad's house in Connecticut.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave some to my little brother. You know what I mean? So I did my Penny jersey, my Shaq jersey. Like, I used to go ham with those jerseys, man.
Okay.
But now I'm more into the track jackets, and I still keep the caps and, stuff like that. But some of those jerseys are already framed.
Okay.
So I got my house in California, I have a room dedicated to North Carolina basketball. But now I'm working on a room with just the jerseys and sports in general. Okay. Baseball, football, basketball,
Okay.
Now, the next room I got to do after that, though, is my Ohio State football room. So. But I'm still huge on that, though.
Okay, so sneaker-wise, you're a big sneaker guy, too. What's your favorite sneaker of all time?
Adidas Forum Mids. Adidas Top Tens.
That's crazy because you say forms, and when I rock forms, they're like, what are those or whatever? I'm like, that's Adidas version of an Air Force One mid because they did their own thing or whatever, but it's better. Mm-hmm. It's better. You can't even find those.
Adidas Forum Mids, Adidas Top Tens, Adidas Superstar, the shell toes.
Yes.
New Balance 574s. Mm-hmm. Air Max 90s, Air Max 95s, and what else? Air Force Ones, high top.
All high. Okay. Mm-hmm. And if you had to pick one, if you was in a remote island somewhere and you're gonna have one pair or one shoe, which one would it be out of those?
Well, now that I have a bad foot, I'd say New Balance 574s.
Because of the comfort.
Very comfortable.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely comfortable. So, if I had to, I'd pick that.
Okay.
You know.
And no Bo Jacksons.
Hold up. Most of the Bo Jacksons are in there. We'll be here all day. You know what I'm saying? Most of the Bo Jacksons are in there. And then the Jordan 2s, 5s.
Wait, you like the Jordan 2? I think it's the worst single-digit Jordan in the history of.
Really?
Yes, I think it's.
I love those, man.
Over the 3s.
Yeah, I like anything from 1 to 13.
Okay.
But my favorites, my personal favorites, 2s, 5s.
Yes, 5s.
6, 7, 8s, and 10s.
It's funny because I can't stand the 2s or the 10s. Like,
really?
Like, yeah. I can't stand the 2s or the 10s.
Joints.
Like, I'm a Jordan 1. But the weird thing about Jordan when it first came out, it looked like a dunk to me. So I'm like, why would I spend $100 on a dunk?
And I like the Nike dunks too, man.
Yeah. So now that I'm older now, I like the Jordan 1s. But if I had to pick one, the Jordan 3s.
Yeah, I like the Jordan 3s.
The Jordan 3s.
Too, but my favorites, though, have to be like the 5s. I like the way they fit. You know what I'm saying? Because most Jordans fit kind of weird.
There was a good ball playing shoes. I played the shit out of my Jordan 5s or whatever.
Right.
And 13s too. 13s was the joints.
But yeah, I definitely, I think the 5s might be my favorites.
Okay.
Especially, remember the all maroon ones?
Yes.
Those are crazy.
Yes.
Those are crazy.
My favorite out of that, the 5s, is of course the original blacks, the black and grays, but then Laney.
Yep.
The white with the blue, just because it was his high school joints and it was like blue and yellow was like it was bananas.
That was a flavor,
Yeah, that's dope. So let's talk about sports. You're a big sports dude. Off camera, we talked about one of the greatest college franchises of all time, North Carolina.
Yeah.
If you had to pick your starting 5 from North Carolina history, who would it be? Starting at point guard.
That is difficult. Point guard, that's tough, man.
I know.
You gotta give me a 2-headed monster at that point guard.
Okay, so who's your number 1, or who's your 1A and 1B?
Jimmy Black, Kenny the Jet Smith.
Okay, I think Kenny the Jet all day long.
Right, but I used to like Jimmy Black though.
Yeah. Shooting guard, of course.
I mean, you know who that is.
Michael Jordan.
Absolutely.
Okay. What about small forward?
James Worthy.
Big Game James. It's the truth.
He's the reason why I became a Carolina fan.
Me too, because he's a Laker. He's a Laker, and he came from Carolina. Of course, Jordan was the truth, but yeah.
Yeah. James Worthy was the reason why I became a Tar Heel fan.
What about Antoine Jameson?
Love him, but I'm not gonna put him in front of Worthy.
You can't.
I can't do it just because Worthy came first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay, now this is the toughest.
Worthy had the better NBA career as well, so.
That's true.
You know, so Worthy at the 3, at the 4.
This is the toughest. This is the toughest position of all. Is the power forward position.
I'm gonna say Sam Perkins.
What?
I'm gonna say Perkins.
Over Rasheed? Over Rasheed?
That is difficult. You know what?
Sam didn't play no defense.
I put Rasheed at the 4.
Okay.
I put Perk at the 5. That's what I'll do.
The 5 was the gray area because like who would you put there? Eric Montross?
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly. Exactly. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Hansbrough was cool.
What about Brad Doherty? Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd rather Perkins because Perkins could take you outside.
But he can't guard nobody.
Neither could Doherty.
That's true.
What? What?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my 5 right there. Well, Jimmy Black, Kenny the Jet Smith, 1A, 1B. Jordan at the 2. Worthy at the 3. Rasheed at the 4. Perk at the 5. Then on my bench,
Stackhouse. Jameson.
Carter.
Yes.
Ed Cota.
Okay.
Kendall Marshall.
Yes. Kendall Marshall at the
Harrison Barnes.
Harrison Barnes was overrated. He got
You know
better.
what it is?
He got better when he got
His
to the league.
freshman year, he didn't have that killer instinct.
No, he didn't.
But that sophomore year, he was getting it in.
What you think about the kid that just left, James Michael McAdoo? I think he's overrated.
Like
he was so overrated?
He's overrated like a mug. Warriors just picked him up, matter of fact.
Oh, that's crazy.
He was overrated. He used to piss me off.
All the time.
Especially against Duke.
Because he thought he was too cool. It's like he wasn't hustling.
And then he'll get into foul trouble and be ticky-tack foul.
Yeah.
But that's because he didn't want to play.
He didn't want to play, yeah.
He didn't want to play. So I didn't really care for Michael McAdoo like that. And you know, that's Bob McAdoo's nephew.
Yes.
So I thought he was going to be nice. Like, come on, B, that's your uncle. Like,
yeah, and you at Carolina too. And
and
he had flashes of talent if he just hustled.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But they got a good class coming in this year.
What do you think about Roy? We talk about Roy Williams. What do you think about Roy Williams? Should he?
I think Roy Williams is a good coach, but he's old school, almost to a fault right now, because he's not really trying to mess with too many kids. That's just gonna do a one and done.
And that's all the top kids.
That's really what's going on right now. So you want to sit around and wait? It's like you're not gonna get no more titles, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's been 2009 now.
Yeah.
He got one in 05. He got one in 09.
If Kendall Martin didn't break his arm, they would have won that one. That was, 2 years ago? Mm-hmm. They would have won that.
2-3 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it's time to find some new blood at the coaching.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so, too. And he's a Carolina lifer, so...
Yeah.
You know.
He can move up into the front office or something.
AD, something.
Yeah, something like that. Have you ever been to the Carolina Duke game?
No. But he and I went to a game earlier this year, matter of fact, against Notre Dame.
Okay.
We're part of the Beat Academy Council up at University of North Carolina right now, so we're going to be going there a little more often. So we're going to try to get to at least 4 games, you think, this year. So now that Louisville's in the ACC, so Louisville, Syracuse, Duke, and I guess Carolina State. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll try to get to at least those 4 games.
Okay.
If not all. Because I would go to all. It's not a problem.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But I had a ball. up in there.
I want to go.
Messing around with the band.
Oh, okay.
The whole night. I had a ball.
That's dope.
Took a picture with the mascot, Ramsey. It was fun, man. It was fun. But I've been a Carolina head since I was like 10 years old.
Yeah, that's dope.
So to go to the actual Dean Dome, as well as you got to go to the basketball museum up there.
I'm gonna take my son over the next 2 years or whatever. My son's 11, so I'm trying to get him.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Nobody's doing it like that. Maybe Kentucky.
Yeah,
but nobody's doing like that on campus, man. So Carolina basketball is everything as far as I'm concerned.